Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That'll be better. Okay.
Where'd you film the end of COP22? Is that what it was? Or the COP21? It was like a bridge shot, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
When the Paris Agreement was, yes, right before we went to COP22.
Yeah.
The Paris Agreement is coming into effect today. Okay, actually that's a good place to start.
Oh.
So our last episode of season 1 at the George Washington Bridge, it was right before we went to COP22, and it was before the 2016 election.
The question now for the U.S. is what exactly is our involvement in COP24 and the Paris Agreement specifically?
And that is a very good question. The Trump administration has announced that they're leaving the Paris Agreement. It was June last year, I think, June 2017.
When he first announced in June, it was very unclear what path the US was going to take because there were several options. They could completely pull out of the entire UN Climate Convention, in which case it would almost be impossible to get back in. And it would also take a much shorter amount of time to leave the Climate Convention, only a year, than it would to leave the Paris Agreement, which would take 4 years.
So the US has submitted their letter saying we intend to leave. That doesn't go into effect until 3 years after the Paris Agreement came into effect, which is 2019. And then it takes a year to leave. So the day that the US will actually leave the Paris Agreement is the day after the US election of 2020, the presidential election.
At the same time, they're continuing to attend the negotiations and participate in some way.
For the next 3 COPs, the US is there at the table. So we're at COP24, so what is COP24 about?
COP24 seems like it's Paris 2.0. They're going to be focusing on the actual rule book of the Paris Agreement, the Paris rule book.
Paris set out, like, here's where we want to go, and now they have to figure out how we're going to do that. So this is the first COP since Paris that something's supposed to be delivered by the end of it, which means the pressure is on.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.